be honest with you, I was really, really kind of doubting this thing when I first seen it, but now that I have it in my hands, pretty impressive. This is the number one tool to have. I promise you. If you don't have a scan tool, what up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. We got some scan tools today we're going to talk about. So, let me put these gems down, but we've got a new scan tool. You guys know we've had the Top Don. We've got the Fox Pro. I didn't have that one in here because that's actually being loaned out. But today we have the new launch CR919E. And I'm actually pretty impressed with this scan tool, which you guys know I'm no stranger to launch. And you should know that because I have raved about this little guy. I beat this thing up for 2 years. It has made me 10 times, 15, 20 times the money that I paid for it, which was $700. And I actually have a video about when I bought this. This is still a great, fantastic scan tool. This is the x431 Diagun. Now they have the Pro version and a tablet. And I'm not sponsored by Launch, so keep that in mind right now. I've done this before, but we're going to get in and show you the 919, talk about some things I still do like this. This is still one of my favorite ones right now. I've got to tell you right off the bat, I will tell you one thing. I'm more drawn to using tools with Bluetooth, Bluetooth adapters here, or the DVMs with the, VCIs that are Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connected. This one is cable driven. So we're going to go over the demo mode. I'm going to try to talk about this very little. And what I want you to do is if you have any questions, we'll make a second video. I think that's the best approach at doing these videos. They're not super popular, but guys usually have a ton of questions. And I can't cover it all in one video. So the best thing is I'm going to cover the most I can. And then I can't use it on every single car tomorrow. These things take 6 months of using them, honestly, when they come out, to find out quirks and stuff that I don't like. Like I found out this one didn't have gateway access. I could do key programming, but I couldn't get gateway access in the Chrysler stuff. So that's why I ended up getting the Altel, this one. And these are not all high-end scan tools, but I'm doing a lot of stuff with these little scan tools, which are supposedly supposed to be mid-level, but $400 or $500 price range, they're pretty kick-ass for the money. So let's get into looking at the launch. First thing I want to point out, something I don't like, is I like this case better on the Top Don because it's more compact. This is the case for the launch, and it's just like it's the same size as what the x431 was. They're the exact same size. It has a lot of storage up in there. Here's your connector for it, your OBD2 connector. Once again, a cord. It's not very long. I don't like that at all. It's extremely short. That's one thing I don't like. It is USB-C rechargeable. Has a plug, and then it has your European style plugs for putting in your weird plugs. But that's just about it. And some instruction manuals. Really not too much. Kind of overkill in my opinion. I don't need another big bulky case. So that's some of my gripes right off the bat about this tool. Not that big. It's pretty subjective, but All right, some quick things to note about this real fast. The size of the screen is very comparable to the Altel, which I get along with just fine. The Top Don is slightly smaller. That's something I definitely want to compare it to. So we're going to take the Top Don out of the way here. And the Altel, we're just going to kind of leave back off of there. So, power button, boom, shakalaka, which I've already fired this up. Actually, you know what? Let's fire this down. Let's power this off. Why not? Let's start from scratch. So, power's off pretty fast. And I do have the film on here, which I'm not big about taking on. Let's power it back on. Shuts off pretty fast. Let's see. Come on, baby. All right, so there's the power up. See how fast this does. Should have a timer on it. You can time it you guys can watch the timer down there at the bottom. Watch how fast it comes up. I know that's a big thing for people. Launch is pretty quick, usually under a minute. That's from my experience, about 60 seconds and they're on. probably pretty close to this. Boom! Shakalaka! Let's see if it's connected to Wi-Fi. All right, so I've already updated this. Let me go back here. I've already updated all this. It's already updated. That took a while. But you can see here, it's all... Oh, no, I got more to update again. What the hell? So I got more to update again. All right. Whatever, we'll go back. I updated it once. It's not going to matter for this video right now. Trust me. This is brand new out of the box. Just cracked her open. So let's go into... I'm not really going to mess around with this. It's got auto detect. I think a lot of you guys are going to be watching this video are going to understand. Like I said, ask a question down the bottom if you don't understand anything or have a question on something. This is like what I would have if I was a everyday tech working in a shop. Even if the shop has its own scan tool, this is a good scan tool for everybody. $400 range. I'm really impressed with the CR9. I didn't really want this scan tool, to be honest with you, at first, but I'm actually kind of glad I got it because it's got some updates on it that I was really impressed with right off the bat. But as you can see, auto detect, lots of different manufacturers, overkill on some. Honda, Dongfeng, I don't know. I need to get rid of some of these. Like, I don't need a, yes, I want to, and you can see the screen is really responsive. In fact, very responsive. So you see how quick I touch that. And, but like basic Sentinel or Biac Senova, I don't like that about this. Launch adds way too many stuff that I don't need. Gas, Photon, I don't need this. Opal, South Africa, I don't need that stuff. So I'm going to go through and try to delete some of that. We'll talk about that later. But the screen, pretty robust. Little dullish. It looks a lot brighter. I'll be honest with you. My camera is making it look better. I'm looking through my camera, and it's looking a little more robust for you than it is in person for me. But it's not terrible. And I got a glare, so it's hard for me to see. Let's go right into the resets. So this is where I was impressed. The amount of resets that we have on here. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. This is more than I'm normally used to. I'll be honest with you. It's got some updated resets. So we have our air fuel reset, brake reset, oil reset. And this was a lot of the questions I had in the last one that I couldn't answer with the Fox Pro because I haven't got to them. Oil reset, SAS reset, steering angle, battery reset. So we got the ABS bleeding, electronic throttle, TPMS. You got your DPF regen, EGR adaptation, AC system relearn initialization. We have our DEF blue, AFS reset, coolant bleed, engine power balance monitor. Very important, you guys, to know the Ford IDS. That's kind of interesting because the Altel has that too, but very, very similar to the Ford IDS. Gas particulator, filter regeneration, gear learn, gearbox, high voltage battery, immobilizer. You guys know how I feel about immobilizers. Key programming, which once again, I'm doubting this is going to get you into the gateway, but I have to try this out to see first. Injector, intelligent cruise control system, language change, knock sensor, seat calibration, stop start reset, sunroof, SUS reset, transport mode, tire reset. What? TYRE reset. Windows, and then we went through TPMS, all that stuff. So now, quick notation here. TPMS reset does not mean relearn. Keep that in mind. I know somebody's going to ask that question. And no question's a bad question, guys. Remember, I'm not going to make fun of you for asking me questions about this stuff. Long story short, it has a plethora of options there for this size scan tool. And once again, look at the, I can't even, and then we got a home button. Boom, we got a home button. I like that. I'll be honest with you. I was really, really kind of doubting this thing when I first seen it, but now that I have it in my hands, pretty impressive. Data, we've got our diagnostic reports, feedbacks, DLC, DTC library. Not sure what all that is. We're not going to get into that anywhere. Firmware fix. Let's see here. Settings. Let's go into the settings quick and just look at this. Screen capture. We can do screen capture. Beautiful part about this, it's got a camera on it too. So that's kind of, once again, not really a big deal. Wi-Fi, it's hooked up to my Wi-Fi. Workshop information, expiration date, recovery, cleanup. Launch has a 2-year update too on their. This comes with 2 years of updates for free. That's one thing Launch does too. Keep that in mind. That's a $700 option. Boom, we go right back. You know what? The thing that kills me about this is the home screen and this. They're almost. I mean, it's just crazy. So you got 2 options to go back. Plus, it's touchscreen. That's the real cool thing about this that I liked about the scan tool, honestly. Because if you like buttons and you're a guy that's been used to using buttons, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of very Snap-on-ish like. But let's go into the demo mode here. I know it's not the deal, but we're gonna go into the demo mode. It's not a real car. I get it. Okay, when the stuff that I have on cars to do sometimes really isn't worth doing a test on. Okay, so here's your screen here for when you get into a car. We have aging test, factory use only, read current device information, communication interface. We got the CAN connector for dealer use only. Connector test, OBD2 pin voltage, CAN bus rate test, and a CAN bus test. Let's go back here. We got a computer ECU, factory use only, display program test. Oh, don't have that. CRP919. I don't know what that is. DOP. Some of these are probably not available because they want you to use buy this bigger scan tool. So let's go in here. So now let's do a full health report. And I guarantee you this isn't. This is where you're getting fudged. Don't pay attention to this because they're always 10 times faster than what they are. Granted, my launch, the X431 does a pretty good job, but it's not near this fast. I guarantee you. So once again, here we go. We got our screen. We got our information. So we've got a P0521 code, oil pressure sensor performance, and we got a P0446 evaporative emissions vent system performance. So let's see if we can test the fuel venting on this. I got to tilt this. Sorry, guys. I know it's probably getting in the light here. Let's see if we can vent our fuel on this. So what do I do? Click on that and it goes. Module in for here, read data stream. Engine data. Yeah, EDR data. Okay. I'm sure a lot of people want to see if we can vent. Combine. So we have grafting. Pretty standard on most everything. We need to see if we can vent our gas here. Short circuit voltage test. All right, let's go back here. All right, we need to go to functional test. So where when you got read fault codes, actuation test. Why didn't you guys tell me that right there? All right, actuation test. So let's go to service. Now keep in mind, there we go. Monitor. I passed it, didn't I? Let me look up this real quick and we'll get you into it. Well, I couldn't read it because I was too far away and I was looking through the camera, but I was on it already. So you have your plus or minus right here. So yes, we can vent. We can vent, adding percentage right here, minus exhaust gas release. So we can do that. All right. So we can command stuff. Command fuel rail pressure like this. Bada bing, bada boom. We can add percentage to that. So that's good. We have options for actuation test. Is what I'm trying to say here. We got fan duty cycle. We can add percentages onto all of that. So that should answer most of your questions for a lot of this stuff. I think for anybody looking for this scan tool, it is a fantastic option in my opinion. I will leave a link down in the description for the scan tool. Lots of options here. Like I said, we could sit here and go through all these demos. We got data streams here. I showed you that. We can clear codes, big deal. By now, every scan tool should be able to clear code. Guys, when everybody talks about tools, this is the #1 tool to have. I promise you, if you don't have a scan tool and you're leaning on the shop right now for scan tools, this is the number one tool to have by means. And I honestly like the launch. Customer service is not quite. I haven't had the experience. Let me just put it to you that way. Haven't had the experience with the customer service yet. I need to spend more time calling the customer service to see what they do versus Alltel. But I will tell you that Alltel customer service is definitely taken a little key to my heart. But we can scan systems here. Let's end this session. We can select systems, whatever you want to do. We have actuation tests. We have resets. We have every make model under the stars that you've ever seen. It's a very this scan tool does more than I know what to do. That's for damn sure. So it is cabled. That's my one down drawback on this. I wish it was not cabled. I cannot stand cables because if I need to come out of a car and this has got a short cable, I wish they had a longer cable. Huge drawback on this. So if you're looking for something relatively inexpensive is great, but the cable is definitely something I need to do this. You know, I need to walk away. That's why I have the x431, because I can be out doing an actuation test, and a lot of you will say the same thing when you're doing an actuation test. That's why I like the Top Don too for that actuation test. The Top Don has the exact same stuff that I just showed you with this too. So kind of a dual wielding video, but it is a scan tool video. Getting in depth to these, it takes a lot of time to do these videos for scan tool stuff, and I just really don't have the patience for it most of the time. So, but asking me questions will help me make the next video for you. And the more and more and more we get, the more, I guess that's the best way for me to build these videos, because I really don't know how to attack them otherwise. I go in and do something, I have a knock sensor code. It doesn't seem that interesting for me to show you guys that. I go in and find the information, boom, 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 So anyways, guys, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell! Remember, links for the description for all this stuff. Keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.